After the age of 60, one of the most noticeable changes many of us experience is the slowing down of our legs. A walk into the garden, a short climb up the stairs, or even a trip to the grocery store can feel heavier and more tiring than before. This does not just bring inconvenience into daily life. It also directly affects confidence and the simple joy of moving with ease. That is why so many older adults ask the same question: is there a simple and natural way to improve circulation and keep the legs strong? In 2024, a study published in Frontiers in Nutrition provided an answer that deserves attention. Researchers found that with only 250 milliliters of beetroot juice, taken several times a week, older adults could improve their walking speed and leg endurance. This was not a new drug or a complicated treatment, but a natural juice that is easy to find and easy to incorporate into daily life. What makes beetroot so special is its rich content of nitrates, which the body converts into nitric oxide. This compound helps blood vessels relax and widen, improving circulation so that muscles receive more oxygen and nutrients. The result is less fatigue, stronger legs, and easier movement. In today's video, we will take a closer look at why beetroot juice can make such a difference, the science behind its effects, the specific benefits for people over 60, and the safest, most effective ways to use it. Before we begin, if you enjoy learning about natural health solutions, be sure to like this video, share it with friends your age, and subscribe to our channel so you do not miss upcoming topics. And let me ask you a question as well. Do you usually start your morning with juice or a smoothie? Or do you prefer to begin your day with a cup of coffee or tea? Once we pass the age of 60, some of the most important changes take place not on the outside where we can see them in the mirror, but deep inside the blood vessels. Over time, vessels lose flexibility, the walls may narrow, and the delivery of oxygen becomes less efficient. This explains why legs can feel heavy, and why climbing even a few steps can leave us short of breath. It is not a sign of personal weakness, but a natural part of aging. Nature, however, has given us a powerful helper, and that is beetroot. This vibrant red-purple root is especially rich in inorganic nitrates. When people hear the word nitrate, they may immediately think of preservatives in processed meats. The nitrates in vegetables are very different. When we drink beetroot juice, these natural nitrates are converted in the body into nitric oxide, a signaling molecule that plays a vital role. Nitric oxide helps blood vessels relax and open wider, allowing blood to flow more easily. It works much like widening a narrow road. When the road is expanded, traffic moves smoothly with fewer bottlenecks. In the same way, when vessels relax, oxygen and nutrients can reach the muscles more freely. For older adults, this improved circulation makes muscles work more efficiently and tire less quickly. Scientists have confirmed that when nitric oxide levels rise, the body not only improves blood pressure, but also enhances physical performance. In young people, this effect shows up in sports performance. In older adults, the benefits are felt in everyday activities. Each step becomes steadier, each climb less demanding, and daily life feels more active and less restricted. What makes beetroot remarkable is that its nitrate levels are significantly higher than most vegetables. A single glass of juice, about 250 milliliters, can provide enough nitrate to create meaningful improvements in circulation. That is why many studies use beetroot as a natural way to test the effects of nitric oxide on blood flow. In medicine, drugs that widen blood vessels have long been used to improve circulation, but medications often come with side effects, especially for older adults already managing multiple prescriptions. Beetroot juice offers a safer, more natural option. By providing nitrates, it allows the body to produce its own nitric oxide and regulate circulation naturally. This is why beetroot is becoming a focus in nutrition for older adults. If we picture our blood vessels as highways, beetroot acts like a team of maintenance workers constantly clearing and widening the lanes. Traffic or blood flow moves freely, and muscles are nourished properly. When circulation improves, the legs feel lighter, and movements become easier. In daily life, this benefit can be surprisingly clear in small but meaningful ways. An older adult who drinks beetroot juice a few times a week may notice they no longer feel breathless walking to the market, or that climbing a few steps does not leave them exhausted. The change is not dramatic like flipping a switch. It is subtle and steady, building strength and comfort day by day. It is important to stress that beetroot juice is not a magic solution. It works best as part of a healthy lifestyle that includes balanced nutrition, regular movement, and management of existing conditions. When it is placed within this broader picture, beetroot can be a valuable tool to support blood flow, muscle health, and overall vitality. Now that we understand why nitrates in beetroot are so important and how they help improve circulation, the next question is whether these benefits are truly proven in older adults or if they remain mostly theoretical. We will answer that in the next section, where we look at the scientific evidence showing the real effects of beetroot juice on muscle endurance and walking ability in people over 60. In the previous section, we saw how the nitrates in beetroot can be converted into nitric oxide to relax the blood vessels. The more important question is whether older adults actually gain meaningful benefits from this process. The answer comes from clinical studies conducted in recent years. A study published in Frontiers in Nutrition in 2024 drew particular attention. In this trial, researchers asked a group of older adults to drink 250 milliliters of fresh beetroot juice regularly, 3 to 6 times a week. After a period of monitoring, the results showed clear improvements in both walking speed and leg endurance compared with the control group. These changes were not just numbers on a chart, but real improvements in how participants could move in daily life. As we age, walking speed and endurance are not simply measures of physical strength. They are closely tied to independence and quality of life. Being able to walk a little faster, climb stairs with less fatigue, or keep up with children and grandchildren during a longer walk all make a tremendous difference. This is why the findings of this study are not just academic. They offer a practical solution for millions of older adults. The reason behind these improvements is fairly straightforward. Once nitrates are converted into nitric oxide, blood vessels expand and allow greater blood flow to the muscles. More blood means more oxygen, and oxygen is the essential ingredient that muscles need to produce energy. With enough oxygen, muscles function more efficiently, and less lactic acid builds up the substance that makes muscles ache and feel tired after exertion. As a result, people who drink beetroot juice often notice lighter legs, less fatigue, and greater endurance. It can be pictured in a very familiar way. Imagine going to the market in the morning. In the past, after only a short distance, you may have found yourself out of breath and needing to stop. After a few weeks of adding beetroot juice to the routine, you may realize that you can walk farther, carry your groceries more comfortably, and even chat easily with friends along the way. The difference doesn't come from exercising harder, but from the muscles being nourished and supplied with oxygen more efficiently. What makes beetroot juice especially valuable is that it is both natural and accessible. Instead of turning to complicated supplements, we can rely on a common vegetable that makes a real difference. For older adults, this safety and sustainability matter a great deal. Drinking a glass of beetroot juice a few times a week is simple to do, and it reinforces a connection to fresh, natural foods. Of course, the benefits are strongest when combined with gentle activity. Beetroot juice improves circulation, but if the muscles are not used, the extra blood flow has little opportunity to show its effects. Pairing beetroot juice with walking, yoga, or light stretching creates a powerful synergy. In other words, beetroot helps clear the path, and exercise takes the steps forward on that path. By now, it is clear that beetroot juice offers more than theoretical promise. Its benefits for older adults have been demonstrated in real-life conditions. The next question is whether the advantages extend beyond leg strength to the health of the cardiovascular system, which is the true foundation of every step we take. When we think about strong legs, it is easy to focus only on the muscles. In reality, muscles can only perform well if they are properly supplied by a healthy cardiovascular system. The heart pumps blood, and the blood vessels carry oxygen and nutrients to every fiber. If the cardiovascular system is weak, even the strongest muscles cannot reach their potential. This is why caring for the heart and vessels is the most fundamental step to maintaining strong legs in later years. Thanks to its abundance of nitrates, beetroot juice has been widely studied for its cardiovascular benefits. As nitrates turn into nitric oxide, blood vessels do more than open up for smoother circulation. They also become more flexible. This can ease arterial stiffness, which is a common issue in people over 60. More flexible vessels are like water pipes that are no longer rigid, allowing steadier flow and reducing the strain on the heart. Another well-documented effect is the impact of beetroot juice on blood pressure. Several trials have shown that regular consumption can help reduce systolic blood pressure, the top number that reflects the pressure on artery walls when the heart contracts. For older adults at risk of hypertension, even a modest drop carries great significance, since lowering blood pressure by just a few points can reduce the risk of cardiovascular complications in the future. When blood pressure is under control and vessels respond more flexibly, the heart no longer has to work as hard to circulate blood throughout the body. This means that the legs receive better blood supply, muscles feel less heavy, and fatigue eases during activity. In simple terms, a healthier heart allows stronger legs. It is a close connection that is often overlooked, but is the foundation of independence and vitality in everyday life. When the heart is overworked, we may experience dizziness, shortness of breath, and legs that seem unsteady. When the heart beats steadily and circulation flows smoothly, each step feels lighter and more coordinated. This is the difference that beetroot juice can help create when used consistently and wisely. The benefits for the cardiovascular system do not stop at blood pressure numbers. Research also shows that nitric oxide improves endothelial function and the health of the thin layer of cells that lines the blood vessels. When the endothelium works well, blood vessels respond quickly to the body's needs. For example, when more blood is required for exercise, vessels widen at the right time. This reflex is vital for physical performance, but often weakens with age. Beetroot juice helps restore some of this responsiveness by boosting nitric oxide production. It would be misleading to say that beetroot juice alone can solve all cardiovascular problems. It is one piece of a much larger picture that includes balanced nutrition, regular activity, healthy weight management, and routine checkups. What makes beetroot stand out is its natural and approachable quality. It can easily become part of a healthy lifestyle without adding unnecessary strain. A morning glass of beetroot juice, chosen instead of a sugary drink, nourishes not only the muscles but also the heart. When the heart is strong, the legs are stronger, and with that strength comes the freedom to stay active and enjoy life more fully. Now that we have seen the benefits of beetroot juice for both muscle and cardiovascular health, the final question becomes how to use it safely and effectively, especially for those over 60. This will be the focus of our last section. After understanding why beetroot juice can improve circulation, support the heart, and keep the legs strong, the most practical question we need to answer is how to drink it correctly and safely. Even though it is a natural food, using it the wrong way can still carry risks, especially for people over 60 who often have chronic conditions and take several medications. Studies, including the 2024 paper published in Frontiers in Nutrition, typically used a dose of 250 milliliters of fresh beetroot juice, taken 3 to 6 times per week. This amount showed clear benefits for walking speed and leg endurance in older adults. However, it is not wise to jump straight to this level. A safer approach is to start gradually, perhaps with only half a glass, about 100 to 125 milliliters, and observe how the body responds, especially in relation to blood pressure. One important point to remember is that beetroot juice can lower blood pressure slightly by relaxing the vessels. For those with normal or mildly elevated pressure, this is good news. For those with low blood pressure, or who are already taking vasodilator medications, the combined effect may cause dizziness, lightheadedness, or even a fall. In these cases, it is best to exercise caution and seek medical advice before making beetroot juice part of a daily habit. There are also considerations for people with heart disease, kidney disease, or those taking blood-thinning medications. Beetroot is high in potassium, and for people with kidney problems, too much potassium can be harmful. Each person's situation is different, and the safest approach is always to personalize based on a doctor's guidance. The timing of drinking beetroot juice also matters. Experts recommend having it after breakfast rather than on an empty stomach. When consumed without food, nitrates may be absorbed too quickly, causing a sharper drop in blood pressure for some sensitive individuals. Drinking it with a meal allows the body to process it more steadily and balance it with other nutrients. Another small but useful detail is that beetroot's deep red pigment can cause urine or stool to turn pink. This reaction is harmless but can be alarming if unexpected. Knowing this ahead of time helps avoid unnecessary worry. For practical use, beetroot juice can be prepared in several ways. The simplest method is juicing it alone, though the flavor can be earthy and strong. To make it more pleasant, many people mix it with apple, carrot, or orange, which adds vitamins and creates a smoother taste. A beetroot carrot-apple blend is not only colorful, but also a refreshing source of morning energy. The key is to maintain consistency rather than drinking large amounts on just a few days and then stopping. The benefits of nitrates in beetroot appear when the body receives a steady supply, keeping nitric oxide levels higher over time. It is the persistence of the habit that brings long-term improvements for cardiovascular and muscle health. It is important to remember that beetroot juice is not a miracle cure and cannot replace prescribed treatment. It is a natural support that can improve circulation and muscle health, but the foundation remains a balanced diet, appropriate activity, and regular medical checkups. When placed in its proper role, beetroot juice can be a valuable piece of a broader health strategy for older adults. Throughout today's video, we have explored a simple yet powerful drink for people over 60 beetroot juice. First, we learned that beetroot is rich in nitrates, which the body converts into nitric oxide to relax vessels and improve circulation. Second, the 2024 Frontiers in Nutrition study showed that drinking 250 milliliters of beetroot juice 3 to 6 times a week improved walking speed and leg endurance in older adults. Third, beyond helping the muscles, beetroot juice also supports the heart, stabilizes blood pressure, and strengthens the inner lining of blood vessels. And finally, the best practice is to begin with half a glass after breakfast to test the body's response, then gradually increase to 250 milliliters, while those with conditions such as low blood pressure, vasodilator use, or blood-thinning medications should consult a doctor first. The key message to carry forward is that beetroot juice is not a miracle on its own. It delivers its benefits when it becomes part of a healthy lifestyle that includes balanced meals, gentle physical activity, and routine medical care. When it is placed in this context, this bright red juice becomes a quiet but reliable ally, helping legs stay steady and hearts stay strong day after day. If you found today's topic helpful, remember to like this video, share it so that more people can benefit, and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss future discussions on natural health. Before we close, I want to ask you something. In your daily routine, do you find it easier to maintain the habit of drinking a glass of beetroot juice, or do you prefer to add more vegetables into your meals? Share your thoughts in the comments so that we can learn from one another and encourage each other to build lasting healthy habits.